You can see what the jobs are actually like because we're going to show you, we're going to introduce you to companies. It's almost like job shadowing. You can see, oh, here's what it's like to work at Curriculum Associates. Here's what it's like to work at Imagine Learning. Here's what it's like to work at Pearson. We're going to show you all of that. Okay. Let's step into it. Let's do it comfortably and confidently together. Let's cover the top career paths for transitioning teachers. And by top, things that relate with your skills, things that will pay you at least as much as you're being paid as a teacher, if not significantly more. And I'm going to share with you what teachers are doing to actually land these roles. You're going to see some former teacher success stories of teachers who've transitioned and are thriving in these roles, and how we help transitioning teachers take that next step successfully. So we're specifically going to be covering curriculum and instructional design. We're also going to be covering training and professional development providers, educational consulting. And we're also going to be covering educational success specialists. And the fact is, there are so many roles in these fields that are an ideal next step for you as a teacher. Our team helps you make this a reality so you can thrive in these next roles. Okay, you have skills that companies want and that they need. You're not starting over by doing something new. You're transferring your skills to serve in a new and a needed way. So what are some of those many skills that you have? First, there's creating engaging learning resources. That's an incredible skill. And trust me, not everybody has that. Next, there's the ability to teach adults or teach lessons. Maybe you've taught them to students, but you can also teach them to adults and to coworkers, okay? You have that skill of helping others grow, nurturing them, helping them achieve their goals. And you have a skill of analyzing data, like student data, like what are their assessment scores? How are they doing on this? And then adjusting what they need based on what that data, what their scores, so to speak, are showing. You have so many more skills, right? We could take pages and pages just listing off the incredible soft skills and hard skills that you have. The teachers we support now work at all of these companies and so many more. This is just a tiny sliver, a fraction of the companies that they're working at. Can you see yourself thriving in these roles? I want you to be able to envision that as we then make it a reality. There are so many different needs out there and so many different work settings and so many opportunities. The key here is I want you to do work that you love all day for work. Think about a lot of the things at work that you're like, I don't love that task and I don't love this, that, and the other. Maybe it's behavior management. Maybe it's people management. Maybe it's a lot of different things. I want you to do the things that you love using the skills you already have. But first, I want to introduce you to who our team calls Tired Tara. I want you to look for the words that describe how you feel now, because this is how teachers describe themselves when they come to our team, when they start working with us. The words I used when I was still in the classroom, I loved teaching. And then I got to this point where I felt stagnant. That's a word I used a lot. I felt stuck. What words do you use? Now I want to introduce you to your future. We describe this as so excited, Stacy. These are some of the words, some of the many words and ways that our teachers are describing themselves as they open up. And I will say administrators as well, as they open up these new opportunities. I remember feeling needed and like I was contributing and so much more. These are all healthy, wonderful things. Did you know people are more than twice as likely to have experienced depression when they're not enjoying the work that they're doing? We want you to be at your best again. And at the end of this call, I'm sharing these objectives as well. I will know that we are successful if you can say yes to these three things. And as a teacher, as an educator, this is what's on my heart. This is what we want. Ready? Number one, you're going to have personal clarity of roles you would love next. Does that sound good? Yeah, we're sticking around for. Number two, you'll be inspired with what you can do with your incredible skills. Number three, you're going to know how to take your next steps confidently. Let's get there. Let's do this. The reality is we stay as Tired Tara and things remain the same unless we act. So you're going to come up with the action items you can do on this call. I'll show you how teachers are getting certified in these exciting roles and how they're earning university master's credit and how they're landing these exciting jobs. Okay. Some of you maybe have been following us for 9 years because we've been doing this for a while. But in case you're new, I'm Allie. I'm the founder of Teacher Transition. I am a former elementary school teacher. I later taught at the university level also. And then I went from being an elementary school teacher to working in many of the next dream jobs for teachers. I have now hired for these roles for years. And teachers all along the way kept asking me how they could land these roles too. And that is why I created Teacher Transition to make that possible. You can see some of the many companies that I've worked for in the education space, in the corporate space, in the nonprofit space, and so much more. We created Teacher Transition to help teachers like you. Again, if you're wondering, how is this like different? What makes Teacher Transition stand out from anything else out there? Why has Education Insider magazine named it as the top teacher transition service that exists? Here's just a brief summary. We're the only organization in the world that is for teachers by former teachers who now work in the next dream jobs for teachers. That also has hands-on training and skill development for you. That also gives you university master's level credit from one of our university partners. That makes it possible for you to become certified in these roles. That introduces you to companies that has certified career coaches and resume writers and mentors and a whole lot more. That gives you LinkedIn badges and skill builder tools. That has partnerships with companies to help you land these roles. Okay. We are here to talk about you and opportunities for your future. So we'll move past introductions of that. Here we go. There are so many opportunities our course grads are loving, and I want you to know about all of these. So let's do a quick check-in with you. What do you enjoy most about being a teacher? Do you love, number one, creating engaging learning experiences? Number two, teaching lessons, right? That live, I love being an instructor, right? Or is it number three, helping others grow and achieve their goals? Or number four, a mix of all of those. Let's talk about how to make that happen for you with what you're interested in. If you said number one, this is creating learning materials and learning resources, this is the field of curriculum and instructional design. It is all about that. As a teacher, you already plan and design and create learning resources and learning experiences. The environment that you're doing that in is a classroom setting, and it's with a lot of students. So curriculum and instructional designers, they plan and create the learning resources and the learning materials. They plan the learning strategies, the engagement activities, curriculum design, scope and sequence, and assessment strategies, and so much more. You can think lesson plan, but we're not going to call it lesson plans anymore when we're in the work field outside of a school building with it. The presentations or slide decks, all of this is some of what different curriculum instructional designers do. If you know how to use PowerPoint, then you can use any of the tools that are in demand in this field that we love training you on and teaching you about as well. There's so many different job titles like the ones that you see on the screen. Our course grads are working at all of these companies in these roles and so much more. So many cool opportunities. As I describe this job that Lego was hiring for and that they came to Teacher Transition for, to find someone to fit this role, will you tell me yes if you would like this job? Okay, so this individual reached out and he said, hey, Allie, I need to hire one person. And I need them to have at least 3 to 4 years of teaching experience. They need to be able to recommend to our team how we can improve. Like they need to help us improve our ed tech tool. They need to see it from the eyes of a teacher, an educator. This role is fully remote. It has unlimited paid time off. You just get your job done and you're good. And it starts at least $70,000. And there is significant room for growth financially and also in exciting things that you can do in the role. So not only when he saw the incredible skills that you have, not only did he hire one, he said, thank you. They all look impressive. And he hired multiple teacher transition graduates. And I love hearing from them about how much they are loving their new roles. What about how much you could make in these roles? On the lowest end of a spectrum, instructional designer roles pay around what a teacher makes, but that's usually not where they are. They are usually higher than that. And on the high end of the spectrum, these roles make over 6 figures. Here's Matt. He landed a job about a month after he was signed up for the resources that we had. He said, I joined in October. I dove into the course. I made a portfolio and modified my resume. It was fabulous. So I accepted a job the day before Thanksgiving, instructional design. So within a month, I got a job. I credit it all to this program. Everything from the resumes to the LinkedIn training, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much. So landed his job in a month and he's making and creating some great things. So super exciting. Let's come back to you. What if you said number 2, teaching, like you love being the instructor, the live learning setting, either with youth or with adults? Let's talk about that. This is all about teaching and training others. These are the roles of trainer and professional learning specialist, sometimes educational consultant. There's so many different job titles. As a teacher, you know you're already a rock star at instructing others effectively. having it be engaging. You're a great communicator. You lead great discussions. You can like pivot, monitor, and adjust, right? You ask great questions, you guide the learners, and you provide clear instruction to kids. Now, how can we open up more opportunities for you using those same rockstar skills as a trainer or a PD provider, a learning specialist? You use these same skills now in a different setting. Exciting opportunities. Trainers and professional development specialists or educational consultants, there's so many different titles that we could use here. They know the content that they're instructing on. You already know your trainer guide or facilitator guide. Think of that as a lesson plan. You know your slide deck, your content. You know the learner guide and how they're going to participate. And you're great at, in some of these roles, it's demoing an account. Okay. You really teach this to others, like to educators. You instruct them, you inspire them, you demonstrate, you provide clarity, you guide the discussions, you pace it well. And we've all sat through boring professional development. This individual reached out from a corporate company. He said, hey, I need a great teacher. I need someone who can conduct live trainings. They can teach adults. And this could be online, right? On a call like this. They were also going to help design and create the training materials. So the slide decks and the workbooks. It's a fully remote position and very flexible in the hours that you want to work. I'm seeing those of you that are like, this could be fun. I'm interested for sure. So this individual, he said, if all of your candidates are this qualified, it will be very difficult to choose. But guess what? He actually made a really quick decision because one of our grads used some of our very specific advice on how to apply and how to engage when you're applying for a role. And he hired her immediately. It was awesome. How much could you earn in these training roles? On the lowest end of the spectrum, it's around what a teacher makes, but most people aren't earning that much. They're earning more than what a teacher makes. These roles go over 6 figures. Kristen is one of our grads who's an amazing example of that. She said, I was in my 12th year of teaching and I was completely miserable, but I had no idea what to do about it. I knew I couldn't do it anymore. Can you relate with that? So I signed up for the course. I was blown away by all the resources it gave me. Professional and crisp resume and cover letter templates, an active group to connect with, easy to follow LinkedIn optimization videos, LinkedIn banner templates, options for individual coaching, live group meetings, a live job posting board. Everything I learned and all the resources I was given helped me to finally transition out of the classroom and into a role as director of training and development. I will forever be grateful to Ali and the teacher transition team for helping me to change my life. She went from her classroom directly into this role with training and development. Okay. As a teacher, you already help others succeed. You help them use tools successfully. You help them accomplish learning goals. And now, instead of being in that role where you're working directly with kids necessarily, but you get to work more with adults. You're still helping others use tools successfully, helping them achieve their goals, but you're working with teachers or with school leaders or district leaders, and you make sure they have an incredible experience with the education resources they're paying for every year so that the next year they want to continue using them. You're an advocate for the school, okay, with what they need. You help train or align the trainers for them, and you really advocate for them. You ensure that they have adopted it, like that they're using it thoroughly, that they're logging in. You increase their usage. You help track the data. You might present showing the data of, oh, look, your goal was this. And we've like actually exceeded that. So huge success. Here's an example of a company that's hired for this role and hired a former teacher. This is Zach. He said, I needed someone who can support the people that we serve. He said they needed to be a great communicator. They need great interpersonal skills. They need to be organized. And this was a full-time role and it was a fully remote role. So he, after hiring this former teacher, he was like, wait, she's like doing all this. How does she know how to do all this stuff? And you know what she was doing, you guys? She was recording what was on her screen. She was not only communicating with the person that she was supporting, she was recording it and sending it to them so they could see it clearly. And he said, I asked her, how do you know how to do all of this? And she said, I was a teacher. I did this all the time. Okay. And the good news is many of our grads combine multiple paths. And here's some examples. This is Jamie. Jamie went from being a teacher to gaining instructional design skills to opening up more opportunities as a corporate trainer. She said, yesterday, I picked up my son from school. This was right after she landed her job. She's sharing this with us in our community. She said, yesterday I picked up my son from school with a 103-degree fever. My first thought, I just started this job. Can I even ask for time off? I told my team and their response was immediate. Go get him. Stay home. People first. No subplans. No guilt. Just support. Thanks to teacher transition courses, I'm in a role that gives me the freedom to care for my family and still provide for them. I'm home today cuddling my son, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Allie and the teacher transition team. Okay, there's so many different needs and work settings and opportunities out there, and you can do so many of them. Let's make this happen for you by helping you get the skills and do the things that help you stand out as an applicant. When it comes to action, right? If we're going to get there, you've got two ways you can go about it. You've got route number one, try to piece it all together yourself. Research jobs online, limited clarity. Try to improve your resume alone. Try to get hands-on experience, build a portfolio alone, figure out where to apply, and hope something sticks. Your other option is partnering with teacher transition, moving forward on a proven path that you've seen through a lot of different examples. It works. You can see what the jobs are actually like because we're going to show you, we're going to introduce you to companies. It's almost like job shadowing. You can see, oh, here's what it's like to work at Curriculum Associates. Here's what it's like to work at Imagine Learning. Here's what it's like to work at Pearson. We're going to show you all of that. Okay. And you also get real world hands-on training for skill development. You become certified in these roles. You receive personal guidance. You're connected to companies. You access the teacher transition job board. You enjoy full access to all the templates and move forward together. Let's make this happen for you. I'm going to share with you a variety of things that we also have for you. Would you like to have hands-on training on how to do these roles? Do you want to see what it's like to work in these roles at ed tech companies? Next, do you want resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn templates that are already optimized? Because some teachers have been like, man, I've been applying for these jobs for 2 years, and then I just started using your resume template, and now I'm getting the interviews and moving forward and running the job. Okay, do you also want hands-on experience doing what they do on the job? And then with that experience, you're then getting the examples and the samples to create your portfolio to showcase your skills. Do you want personal mentoring and a community to support you as you gain these skills for these roles? Let's go ahead. And I would love to share with you the resource that can make this all possible for you. And I mentioned at the beginning that we have something special for you that's available when you stay on to the end of the workshop. So if you want to become a trainer or an educational consultant or the professional development provider, we have our course for that. If you love that idea of that educational success role, you're working for the education company and you're overseeing schools, we've got your course for that. If you love the idea of creating meaningful and enjoyable learning materials and resources, we have your course for that. I want you to be able to take your incredible skills from the classroom and take them to where you want to be next. So I want you to ask yourself, will I act on what I learned today to take a step toward feeling how I want to feel again? See the descriptive words on the screen? This can be your reality. We've got something special for you. One of the special offers we have for you is that you can take $100 off any teacher transition course. What if you want all 3 courses? You can get the teacher transition bundle, and it's over $1,000 off. And you get the Become a Freelancer course totally provided for free. And if you're new to teacher transition, you don't know that we like next to never discount our courses. It's available for you when you join the course that so many former teachers have used successfully and know that you're using a proven system that works, right? So bringing it down to the real question, do you want it to be you? We're already partnering with companies who are looking to fill roles, and we'd love to recommend you. Start today, and let's unlock the opportunities waiting for you. If you feel inspired, I invite you to do something with the inspiration, and you don't have to do this alone anymore. You'll do it more enjoyably, you'll do it more efficiently, and you'll do it more effectively together. Thanks so much.
So scroll to access all of these amazing discounts below and enroll in the best course for you while it is discounted at the lowest price we offer.